Work so fucking much, my greatest fear is I'ma die alone. Every diamond in my chain, yeah, that's a milestone. People calling me, asking me for money, man. The only thing I'ma give you motherfuckers is a dial tone. Flashbacks of a youngin' sipping that purple Kool-Aid. Skipping school with my homies and chief and reefer for 2 days. Running from the law, living how I'm living, fuck 'em all. Bumping 666, Hennessy in my cup, driving through the sticks. Who the bitch riding with me, man? The devil trying to get me motivated, undereducated.
What's good? What's good? What's good? Welcome to the Expect the Ant Show. Now I'm Ant. Welcome to the Ant Show. I'm Expect the Ant. As always, I'm joined by my co-host M. Bowden. M. Bowden, what's good?
What's good? What's good, world? What's good?
And on this week's episode, we're going to discuss Derrick Rose, accused of rape. Beast Mode and Roger Goodell come to a compromise. Also has Shaq and Kobe finally squashed their 20-year beef. Plus, as we've been doing for the last 3 weeks, we will continue to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Super Bowl by heading down memory lane and recapping the week's Super Bowl rematches. So we've been doing that pretty much this whole entire preseason. We'll do it again as the preseason is coming to a close. So as always, you can follow us on Twitter at ExpectedAnt, at Tumblr at ExpectedAnt. We're also on YouTube under Ant Weezy. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Subscribe to us on iTunes. So you can hit us up on the 4 different social media networks. So we're gonna start things off, man, by talking about the news coming out of Chicago this week, the last few days. And on Thursday, Chicago Bulls point guard Derrick Rose is accused of rape in a lawsuit as a woman being named Jane Doe. We don't know what her real name is, but they're calling her Jane Doe. She claimed that in 2013, Derrick Rose and 2 of his friends broke into her apartment in Beverly Hills, drugged her, and then raped her. The woman says she and Derrick Rose met October 2011 at a party in Los Angeles hosted by mutual friends. Eventually they started an intimate relationship, and then before the alleged rape, she claimed that her and Derrick, D. Rose started asking her to do sexual acts that made her uncomfortable. She says that Derrick Rose would ask her to masturbate for him on Skype, and she said no and stopped Skyping him. He would ask her to involve, some strippers and some hookers to have sex with him, or they'll get other couples to have sex with him. This is what she's alleging here about him. It's like Derrick Rose be having sex with her, but he'd be asking her, "Hey, can I bring some strippers along, have sex with us too, join in on the fun?" Or you got any other couples to join in? Then she says that in late 2012, she learned that Derrick Rose had a girlfriend back in Chicago. But even though she found out Derrick Rose had a girlfriend back in Chicago, she decided to keep in contact with him. Then she says that then she goes into detail about 2 particular incidents with D. Rose. In the first incident, she says that she took a trip down to Chicago in May 2013, and along with her, she brought a friend with her to go to Chicago. In the complaint, the friend is being labeled as A. That's what they're calling her, just A. So Jane Doe and A flew to Chicago in May 2013, and this friend is a sex therapist, and she brought the sex therapist along to help Jane become more comfortable having sex with Derrick Rose, especially having oral sex, because Derrick Rose said that he's never received oral sex from Jane Doe, even though he's requested oral sex from Jane Doe. So according to the plaintiff here, she claims that A, the sex therapist, started stroking Derrick Rose's penis, and then she encouraged Jane Doe to take over and stroke Derrick Rose's penis. So she's jerking off Derrick Rose's penis, and she says, "Hey, though my hands get tired, You take over, you jack this man's dick off. So she says that, so she started taking over and stroking Derrick Rose's penis. Then Derrick Rose instructed Jane and A to stroke each other. Both A and Jane were both offended by the suggestion because Jane indicated that she would never, ever touch another woman like that. And the A indicated that it was a complete turnoff for her. Also, during her trip, it was also a turnoff for her. The second incident was that during that same trip to Chicago about it, Jane says she caught Derrick Rose and A kissing. And she found out that Derrick Rose had a newborn baby with another woman who happened to be his girlfriend. So she said she decided to break it off after finding out that Derrick Rose had a baby with this woman. But on August 26, 2013, the woman went with a friend to this house in Beverly Hills, where she claims that Derrick Rose drugged her, and her friend being called, another friend being called C. C was not drugged, only she was drugged. And she says that Derrick Rose broke into her apartment in Beverly Hills, drugged her and raped her. She says the next day, her co-worker told her to call the police. And she says she didn't because she felt ashamed and embarrassed. She didn't want her family to find out, and she said she was afraid of the retribution from the men involved. She thought that Derrick Rose would come after her if she was to call the police. She also says that she eventually lost her job because her productivity was severely affected by the rape, and she was unable to perform at her job the way she was before this quote-unquote rape happened. Now, Derrick Rose's lawyer, Lisa Conan, she issued the following statement. She said that the plaintiff's allegations are completely false and without any factual basis. Without any factual basis. This is nothing more than a desperate attempt to shake down a highly respected and successful athlete. Mr. Rose was non-exclusive. Mr. Rose was in a non-exclusive consensual sexual relationship with the plaintiff over a 2-year span. The plaintiff expressed no complaints about Mr. Rose until various lawyers began to surface and demand that the plaintiff be paid millions of dollars. This is the third lawyer the plaintiff has retained in this matter. 2 years have passed since Mr. Rose ended the consensual relationship with the plaintiff, and her claims are as meritless now as they were 2 years ago. We have complete confidence that the case will be dismissed and that Mr. Rose will be vindicated. This lawsuit is outrageous. Derrick Rose, he said, Derrick Rose, he denied it, but he also said, I'm just focusing on staying healthy and getting ready for the season. I'm not going to comment other than that to say that I know the truth and I'm confident that I'll be proven innocent. So, Biden, what's your thoughts on this Derrick Rose situation?
My thoughts on it is that I remember 2013 was he out? He was out for that whole season, right?
Yeah, that's when he tore his ACL.
Yeah. Oh, before I get started, shouts out to Chi-Town. Shouts out to the Southside. Shouts out JoJo World. Shouts out RIP to JoJo. Shouts out to Derrick Rose on there. Now, what I was going to say is, he had too much time on his hands, you know what I'm saying? And it seemed like when you got that much time on your hands, you tend to get into trouble. But, Derrick Rose is a stand-up guy, though. You know what I'm saying?
Just step back, though. You say he has too much time on his hands. According to the plaintiff here, the one that's filed this lawsuit, she says that her and Derrick Rose been messing around since 2011.
Since 2011.
But she claims that Derrick Rose raped her in 2013.
2013. From what you told me, the story you told me.
Yeah, that's the story. That's the story that the plaintiff, they're calling her J. Doe. They're not releasing her name. That's the story that she said in the lawsuit.
It seems like to me it's more like a love affair. More on the lines, a lot of lines was crossed, like a lot of waters was tested, and she was just offended. More than anything, like I would not touch another girl type thing. And, you know, it could, maybe she was in love with the guy. Maybe he not feeling her like she was feeling him.
Yeah, because from what I'm gathering from what she said in her lawsuit was that, you know,
it seemed like she flipped when she found out
that Derrick Rose had a girlfriend and a baby with this girl.
And the baby. So it's more
so it's kind of like Derrick Rose was just using her as a booty call. You know, anytime he's in LA, you know, he just come through and just smash and then bounce.
Yeah. Nothing. Everything was consensual. That's how I look at it. I mean, if y'all was dealing with each other that long, he ain't got no reason to drug you. Cause it's a sure thing. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all already had a relationship. So It's not like he trying to, deceive you. Y'all got a relationship. You know? I think it's just on some, I'm going to get you back. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get you back for it because I love you and you're going to have a baby with somebody else. And he probably was leading her on to thinking she was the only one.
Well, yeah, because I mean,
she probably wanted to be that number one. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but in reality, she was number two.
Number two, you know. But I don't believe that. Nah, I don't think. Boy, got too much money to be out there raping for. I can't see that. You know, I don't
yeah, and not only that, but she also claims that he broke into her apartment, which doesn't make any sense to me either. You know, like why would he break in and drug you and rape you? You know, like if he was gonna break in, he would have just raped you. He wouldn't bother to even drug you.
Yeah, that just don't make no sense.
Yeah, because to me, she says that she called it off once she found out Derrick Rose had a baby with with this other girl, and the fact that she claims that she caught Derrick Rose kissing her friend, even though I don't know why she'd be mad about him kissing the friend after she let the friend jack him off. But if all this is true, man, I gather that Derrick Rose is a freak.
I mean, come on now. Listen, man. He's a bachelor. He's a bachelor. I mean, when you single, you're a bachelor like that. Hey, he's not tied down. He ain't married. You know what I mean? I mean, she called him a freak. You crazy, boy.
Nah, because she talking about, Derrick Rose wanted to have threesomes with strippers and hoes and shit, and how he even suggested that they fuck another couple.
Yeah, he's just getting it popping, man. That's all. He getting it popping.
They be doing that online chat, and she claims that Derrick Rose be asking her to play with herself while they're talking online.
Yeah. He just being the man. That's all. He just being the man,
and then she gets offended.
Single,
She gets offended because Derrick Rose, asked her to, jack his dick for him.
But what I really want to know, and it probably don't even matter, but you know what I'm thinking about. I'm trying to figure out this woman. I want to see a picture of the woman. I want to know.
Well, you're not gonna see a picture because they won't even release her name. They just call her Jane Doe. So they're doing everything in their power to protect her.
Even why should they protect her when he's not being protected? I mean, think about it. Rape is a serious allegation. I want to know who calling it. Who I want to know who, what, when, where. Why is always going to be the last thing you catch understanding on? But I want to know her demographic. Beverly Hills is, that's
well, since she therefore she got money.
She got money. I want to know, But the thing thing is, because you have to see it's two sides to every story. You got to get both sides. We heard the plaintiff side. Now we want to hear what Derrick Rose got to say. Derrick Rose said he's not going to speak on that. He's going to focus on the game.
Well, yeah, Derrick Rose pretty much just said that. Yeah, Derrick Rose pretty much said that his focus right now is just getting ready for the upcoming season, and that the truth's going to come out, and he believes when the truth does come out, he'll be proven innocent.
Shouts out to Derrick Rose. Keep your head up. But what I want to
now you
ask
think,
you is this.
All right.
I want to ask you this question. Do you think that Ray, do you think he'll bounce back from this? Will he overcome like Kobe Bryant?
Oh yeah, I think Derrick Rose will bounce back, especially if he's proven innocent. I think he could bounce back. Now I think him personally could bounce back. Now, as far as public perception, that's a whole different thing. Kobe, his public perception didn't change. They just swept it under the rug and they pretend like it never happened. But with some other athletes that we know of, like Mike Tyson or Allen Iverson, they fuck up one time and it hangs over their head. Same thing now with Tiger Woods. It hangs over their head. So as far as public perception, I don't know, but I think he will bounce back. He's saying that he is innocent. He's saying that he's innocent. He came out and he admitted that he did have a sexual relationship with this girl, but it was just consensual. And according to his lawyer, she says that Derrick Rose is the one that broke it off, not the other way around. So that's something that also piqued my interest, because now you got to figure out who's lying, who's telling the truth.
What do you think the ulterior motives for her doing this? Is it money? Is it
well, like Derrick Rose's lawyer said, she feels like this woman just wants money. Even the lady said it in herself when she filed a complaint, that because of this situation of her getting raped, she says that's the reason why she lost her job. But then you can also ask the question that, okay, if you got raped 2 years ago, why are you just saying something now? How come you were afraid that Derrick Rose might come after you 2 years ago, but now all of a sudden you're not afraid? So what's changed in the last 2 years?
And what is the laws of statute of limitation? Is it past 10 years or 5 years or 2 years or a year?
Well, I don't know, because I know it's different from state to state. So I really don't know. And not only that, for her, since she's claiming rape, it's hard to prove that Derrick Rose did rape her, because 2 years ago, man, since it's been 2 years, that DNA is way gone.
To see how it pans out. But shouts out to Derrick Rose, man. Keep your head up and stay positive. I want Chi-Town to do their thing this year, man.
Yeah, I feel like they should have did it last year. All right, statutes of limitations on rape is 6 years.
6 years.
Even though states like Delaware, Wyoming, and South Carolina, they have no statute of limitations, but the other 47 states, it's 6 years.
So in the case of Bill Cosby, he haven't been formally charged with anything, all right?
No, because he can't. The statute of limitations is way past gone. Because they're claiming this happened in California, so you're talking about something that happened 40, 50 years ago. And so California's statute of limitations is 10 years in California. So, it's way past statute of limitations for Bill Cosby. For Derrick Rose, he could still be charged only because it happened 2 years ago. And since she's filing this case in California, since it happened in Beverly Hills, he could still be charged even though it happened 2 years ago. Because in California, statute of limitations for rape is 10 years. But I think the reason why we must be suspicious, because I agree with you. I think it's probably on some revenge shit for the plaintiff because all of a sudden she even said it herself. She took a trip down to Chicago, and when she took the trip down to Chicago, she found out Derrick Rose already had another girl. Now that Derrick Rose had a girlfriend in Chicago, that girl he was seeing in Chicago, he got her pregnant, and all of a sudden she decided, okay, I don't want to fuck with him no more. And then all of a sudden, when that happens, all of a sudden she claims she got raped. So, like you were saying, though, could just be, she was jealous because, she wanted to be number one. So how dare you, get another bitch pregnant?
Yeah.
Yeah, because, it says here Derrick Rose has a 2-year-old son. So that pretty much goes along with the timeline. Now, I want to ask you, though, do you think Derrick Rose did the right thing by admitting to having a sexual relationship with this girl?
Yeah. It shows us that they had a relationship. It shows us that he's not trying to hold anything back. He don't have nothing to lie about. He's straight up. He's honest. And he's confident that everything will be swept under the rug. It's like what bothered me. I ain't gonna even say swept under the rug. I'm going to say cleared of all charges.
Yeah, because like you said, he said that I know the truth, and I'm confident I'll be proven innocent.
Yeah, I'd rather for a person to come out and be like, no, I didn't do this, but I did have. So I'd rather for a person to just stand up for themselves and fight and be straight up than not say anything, because not saying anything make you look guilty.
Well, I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying because some people will be like, nah, I don't even know this girl. I never even slept with her.
He was straight up.
Yeah, he was straight up like, yeah, I slept with her, but it was consensual.
Yeah. Just like the same thing with Herman Cain. Herman Cain said the same thing. Nah, I didn't rape her. I slept with her, but I didn't rape her. You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? Versus somebody like Reverend Bishop Eddie Long.
Or Bill Clinton.
Eddie Long had the nerve to say, I got 5 rocks, and I ain't throw one yet.
Bill Clinton was like, I have never had sexual relations with this woman.
And then turn around and apologize to everybody. They found the DNA.
Yeah, because he made the mistake of nutting on her dress.
Yeah, cold-blooded. But yeah, man, I think he did the right thing by just coming out, just laying out on the line, and it let us know that because Derrick Rose, you don't seem like a guy that do that. But now that you said the whole story from Lady A and Jane Doe going to Chicago doing all that crazy, but it ain't crazy. But that type of stuff should be in the, whatever they were going through. To accuse somebody of raping, they didn't rape you, that's wrong.
Yeah, because like I said, based on from what I'm gathering, and this is just my opinion from what Jane Doe is saying, and that is she said that they met at a party in L.A. back in 2011. So from 2011 to 2013, they had a sexual relationship. So from what I'm gathering is since Derrick Rose had this other girl in Chicago, who happens to be the mother of this child, and actually to be honest, they're still together. They're still together. So
make you think?
What I'm
broke it off before she got pregnant, like she broke it at 20. It's 2015 now.
Yeah, so his baby mama, which is the girl Jane Doe is talking about from Chicago. From what I'm gathering, her and Derrick Rose are still together. That's his baby mama. Right. That's the one that set her off. That's the one that set Jane Doe off. Because remember, she talks about how she went to Chicago to visit Derrick Rose, And when she went to Chicago, she found out that Derrick Rose had a girl that he was seeing in Chicago. Not only did he have a girl he was seeing in Chicago, that girl was pregnant with his baby. So, from what I'm gathering is because, Derrick Rose lives in Chicago, had a girl in Chicago, and that girl happened to get pregnant, and is actually the mother of his child, his baby mama. I'm gathering that, this other girl, Jane Doe, was just a side bitch. Like she's just a girl that anytime Derrick Rose goes to LA, whether they're playing the Lakers or the Clippers or whatever, he just goes to her place, busts a few nuts, and then flies back home to Chicago.
Now I don't want to jinx my man. I don't want to jinx him. But what if other women start coming up?
Well, it's definitely gonna fuck up his relationship. Cause I'm pretty sure now that this shit's coming out, I'm pretty sure that this girl is probably looking at him sideways.
But this was before this girl, cause the baby too.
So yeah. But the baby was born in 2013. But we don't know how long Derrick Rose has been with this girl. Cause he met this girl in 2011, and they were together. I won't say they were together, but they were having sex for at least a good 2 years. But I'm saying we don't know how long Derrick Rose has been with his baby mama.
Yeah,
that's why I said with all this coming out, this in itself could fuck up his relationship with his baby mama.
Yeah. But I just hope it don't be like on no Bill Cosby. You know how 1 to 5 to 10 to 20. Now there's over 40 women coming out saying Bill Cosby a fool. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the good news, good thing for Derrick Rose though. No, he's still. I don't know. I don't think it'll be that much women because it's. Hopefully, it's not that many women. But right now it's just one.
Yeah. Like I said, man, I ain't trying to jinx you there, Rose, but hey, shouts out to you and hope you get through it. Hope you, overcome this and continue to play awesome basketball, man. You already achieved so much in your life, man. You get through this, man, you a bad dude. You know what I'm saying? This is all of this is trials and tribulations. You get through this, you're gonna be all right. You're gonna be all right. I hope y'all win a championship off of this right here, though, because y'all get too close every time, man. I want to see Chi-Town win. Yeah.
Yeah, because he did his thing in the playoffs, man. It looked like he was finally healthy. He was finally getting confidence in that knee, getting strength back in that knee. So hopefully, this doesn't, become too much of a distraction. I hope it doesn't come too much of a distraction for the Chicago Bulls. But, yeah, I don't want to lean one way or the other, because to me, it's hard to say this girl's lying. But at the same time, it just to me, it just doesn't make any sense because, like Bowden said, they were fucking for 2 years. And it's hard to believe that after 2 years, Derrick Rose will fly all the way to L.A., break into her apartment, which, by the way, not only did she break into the apartment, she also claimed that she had a friend there when all this was going down. So it's hard for me to believe that he would break into her apartment, drug her in front of her friend, and rape her in front of her friend. And yet we didn't hear none of this. Like, if she didn't go to the cops, you at least think the friend would go to the cops, right?
Right. I don't know, man. I think it's just like one of them fatal attraction type things. She just head over heels for him and do anything to get his attention. And if they had to take doing this to get his attention.
I don't know if it's all that. I just think it's more or less that she just pissed off the fact that he had a girl back home in Chicago who was also who at the time when all this was going down was pregnant with this child. So, it could just be more lines like, like you said earlier, she just, jealous. She wanted to be number one, and come to find out she's really just number two.
Number two, yeah. But we'll see how it pans out,
Yeah, we will. We'll see how it all plans out. Like I said, man, shouts out to Derrick Rose. Hopefully, you're innocent. If not, you got a lot of explaining to do. But we'll see how it all plans out. You say that you're innocent and that the truth will come out. Hopefully, the truth will come out. And we'll go from there. So in the meantime, man, we're gonna take a quick water break. Let me and Bowden get our thoughts and our voice together, and we'll be right back.
It's going down tonight, baby. I got sand out by my bathwater, candles by my wine glass, women all on my time. Imagine how my time passed. Say them freaks come out at night, and you know who they came to see. Even though she ain't mine, I fuck her like her man to be.
Sit your fine ass right there. Come join on my table and don't question what tonight in. Toss a couple dollars and she down for whatever. Don't make no promises, but promise I can fuck you better. Fuck that singing shit, I be the shit. That why I am too legit to quit. You thinking that you better than that Venus and Serena shit. I'm all up on my latest chick. She saying this, that greatest dick. I 1-2 stroker. We caught up in the moment. To turn up, V12 and I burn up. My chick, that fly bitch, and yo bitch unheard of. 4 a.m. and we still popping bottles. Probably have a new chick tomorrow, cause there's so many. I mean, damn. Yeah. Tommy, you should've told me. I'm just looking like I'm right. One exotic, cause they might.
Got a bucket full of liquor, and I know y'all got that bag, but y'all got way too many niggas. Show phone now, Tiger got some roll up. Loud pack with your bad ass, cause these good girls just ain't no fun. Double cup and I'm slowed up, smoking up with my chauffeur. Sneaker fly, clean the style of them, the reason why you niggas phoned up. New York, I'm in slow bucks, DC got that old cup. Hold up, these niggas want no bump. Straight shot, sipper, I ain't mixing my liquor. Bitch, I'm not kidding, y'all some Fisher Price Snickers. And we some life livers, hoping that this life give us a lot of money, success, and a woman to ride with us. The ambition, Ralph, James. So many girls in here tonight. I'm just looking like I'm right. One exotic, cause they might come and I live with two, cause really I don't like one. So many girls in here tonight.
We're back, man. That was some Tiger. With so many girls, playing that Mia Isabella special right there. Little Tiger for the for our transgender fans out there, playing some Tiger for y'all. And also too, a real quick correction before we move subjects here. And Derrick Rose and his baby mama are no longer together. They actually broke up. Yeah, she claims that they broke up because she found out he was cheating. So maybe she found out about the girl in L.A. Who knows? Or maybe, like you said, maybe there's others.
Yeah. I hope you keep your head together, man. You know, and just stay focused on that basketball, man. Just stay focused on that basketball. Take your frustration out on that basketball. Just focus on that championship.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna stick with basketball, and we're gonna talk about Kobe Bryant. So Kobe Bryant was a guest on Shaq's podcast this past week. Shaq of all people. And when he was on Shaq's podcast, Kobe had this to say. He said, "Here's the thing, though. When you say it at the time, you actually mean it. Then when you get older and you have more perspective, you're like, holy shit, I was an idiot when I was a kid. You know, to me, the most important thing was just keeping your mouth shut. No, you don't need to go to the press with that stuff. No, you keep it internal. No, we've had our arguments, we've had our disagreements, but I think having our debates with the press was something I wish would have been avoided. And it did create this, whirlwind around us as a team with myself and Shaq and the press and the media that just put so much pressure on us as an organization. And then Shaq himself said that, he felt that their beef prevented them from winning more championships than they did. And so, it sounds to me that after 20 years, Shaq and Kobe are finally going to end their beef with each other. And it seems like, they're trying to, mend their relationship, I guess you could say. Because, regardless of how they feel about each other, they're still probably one of the greatest 1-2 punches in NBA history. And so, Badman, what's your thoughts on, what Kobe had to say to Shaq on Shaq's show about how, he now that he's older, that he has more perspective, and that, all that shit that happened, 15, 20 years ago, he wish he could take it back.
Reconciliation, reconciling differences of respect. Because, Kobe is an old dog now. Now, back then, Kobe was young. Kobe was a rookie. I think he was in there about a good 6 or 7 years before Shaq came, right?
No. When Shaq came, that's the year when the Lakers signed Shaq as a free agent in 1996. That was the same year they drafted Kobe straight out of high school. So they came at the same time. And they played together for 8 years. But in those 8 years, they did not get along. And that's what Shaq was saying is that, yeah, even though we won all them damn championships, but just imagine how many championships we really could have won if you and I actually got along. And Kobe's saying, like, at the time, he meant everything that he said about Shaq. But now as he's gotten older and he has more perspective, he's like, holy shit, I was stupid, And so, he's saying that, at the time, I probably should have just kept my mouth shut.
Yeah. But, hey, one good thing about it is that he realized, his mistakes. And, because my point what I was finna say is that, Kobe's finna retire real soon. And Shaq, he retired.
Kobe's now 37 years old.
Yeah, he's getting up there. And Shaq made an awesome transition.
Into TV.
He's bona fide in what he do. So, Kobe, and he got a sense in his mind like, man, I'm in my last days. Maybe I could, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do, with myself, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I can get back with Shaq. Maybe we could hook up and do our thing. It's a possibility. It could be Shaq and Kobe show. I can see that, like, you never thought that Shaq and Charles Barkley be sitting across each other talking about when they got the fight on. You remember that when they got the fight back in the 90s?
Yeah, back in '99.
Yeah.
When Shaq
never saw that.
Yeah, when Charles Barkley threw that ball on Shaq's head and Shaq swung on his ass.
Yeah.
And then Charles Barkley tackled him. Tackled his big ass. Yeah.
So, you know, I think it's a good thing. It's a good thing. It's a real good thing. You know, sometimes you have to step out.
But I mean, it's kind of different though, because for Shaq and Charles Barkley, that was an isolated incident.
Right.
For Kobe and Shaq, it was worse because every day for 8 years they had this shit going on, and not only that, not only did it go on for 8 years when they played with each other, but even after Shaq got traded and went to Miami, the shit was still going on, and even now after Shaq retired, it's been going on. I mean, this beef has been going on now since 1996. So I mean, this has been a long ass time, and like Shaq said, yeah, we won all them championships back to back to back, but imagine how many championships we could have won if we would have gotten along. Because Shaq said, I never wanted to leave L.A. Like he was pissed off that he got traded to Miami and that the team got broken up.
You know what? You have to understand that Shaq, you have to understand Kobe. And Kobe, I think Kobe, when I say Shaq played for the Magics when he first came in. He played for the Magics. He did movies. He was rapping. He was doing a lot of things. He was doing a lot of things. And then Kobe just coming fresh out of high school. He trying to prove himself, which he really proved himself. He really did. He did his thing. So you got two leaders on the same team.
Well, that's the problem. You have two
alpha males on the
same
team.
You have two alpha males, and nobody wanted to be the beta.
Right.
And the issue with Kobe anyway is that he didn't like the fact that Shaq was the top dog. Everybody was looking at Shaq. Shaq was the one winning all them MVPs back then, and Kobe was kind of looked at as Scottie Pippen, just a sidekick. And Kobe didn't like being the sidekick. He didn't want to be Scottie Pippen. He wanted to be Michael Jordan. He didn't like the fact that Shaq was Michael Jordan.
But you had to understand like this. When I remember watching. I came up watching, and Kobe was just as great as Jordan. I mean, Kobe. They put the newscasters put Kobe up. I mean, you can see.
Yeah, true enough. Yeah, awesome. True enough. But I'm saying
Kobe didn't recognize it.
No. It's not so much. It's not so much that. It's that. That's not what I mean. I mean that I'm talking about. You talking about talent level. Yeah, nobody's denying that. But we all know they won all them champions because of Shaq. Nobody could stop Shaq back then. Shaq was the most dominant motherfucker on the planet at that time. You couldn't stop Shaq. So Shaq was that guy. Shaq was the most dominant player in the NBA at that time. And there's a reason why he won all them MVPs. There's a reason why they won all them championships. It wasn't because of Kobe. It was because of Shaq. Shaq was that guy. Kobe was the sidekick. So Kobe didn't like being the sidekick. It's like Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen was a great talent. He's in the Hall of Fame. But he's always looked at as Michael Jordan's sidekick. We don't really look at him as a great player. We just look at him as Michael Jordan's sidekick. And that's how people look at Kobe. He's just Shaq's sidekick. And Kobe doesn't like that. He didn't like that. He wanted to prove that, I could win championships without Shaq.
Now, me and you were talking about this the other night. Like when the Detroit Pistons, explain that championship game right there, man.
All right, so we talked about this because we did a show, I want to say at least a good 2-3 months ago, on the 2004 Los Angeles Lakers and all the drama that surrounded that team with Kobe and his rape trial. Then them adding Karl Malone and Gary Payton. Everybody thought they were going to win the championship that year. So going into the NBA Finals, the Detroit Pistons, their game plan was, we're not going to double team Shaq. We're just going to play Shaq straight up with Ben Wallace one-on-one. They knew Ben Wallace couldn't guard Shaq one-on-one. They knew they couldn't stop Shaq. What they did know was going to happen was that if they play Shaq one-on-one, Shaq's going to dominate. He's going to score all his points. And the Lakers as a team, what they're going to do is they're going to keep feeding the ball into Shaq. And eventually, Kobe Bryant's going to get pissed off. And he's going to fuck up the game plan. And he's going to start jacking shit up. Just taking all these unnecessary shots and try to be the hero instead of just playing within the flow of the game and giving the ball to Shaq. And that's exactly what happened. And that's how the Lakers lost and the Pistons won that championship. No, Kobe talking about, no, I'm not passing you the ball. I'm not passing the ball. You gotta work. You gotta work. And Shaq looked like, motherfucker, just pass me the ball to play. Ben Wallace can't guard me. Just give me the goddamn ball.
You gotta work.
Now Kobe,
not on the same team.
Yeah. Now Kobe has come out, and this is an indictment on Dwight Howard. But Kobe said that he never really fully appreciated Shaq until he had to play with Dwight Howard.
Big difference, huh?
Yeah, because he says that Dwight Howard, even though Dwight Howard's big, he said that Dwight Howard's that soft as baby shit, and that it wasn't until he had to deal with Dwight Howard's what really made him appreciate all those years with Shaq.
There you go. There you go. And Dwight Howard, he played for
Houston now.
For Houston, though.
Yeah, but you can't. When the Houston Lakers play, Dwight Howard got to do something about that, because you can't just let Kobe say you're as soft as baby shit.
Just imagine if they would have got along, man. They would have won some big championships.
Yeah, they would have won more than they originally did.
Yeah. And then you and I, we also was talking about Shaq and Scottie Pippen was having a debate on.
Well, yeah, that was we talked about that last month.
And but me and you, we came to the conclusion that both of them had the same coach. So therefore, it's strategies. If it wasn't for Phil Jackson, either one probably wouldn't have won the championships, because Phil was dealing with all them egos. You know what I mean? And he
even though it's like he had an easier time in Chicago than he did in L.A.
So that plays, you have to factor that in too. That.
Now I wonder if they'll bring up the fact that when Shaq talked about he wanted to kill Kobe.
Shaq crazy.
Yes, this is what Shaq had to say. Shaq said a lot of things. Just played the clip where I said I wanted to be traded. I definitely did not want to leave L.A. But that's how you got to talk when you're in business, especially when you think you're in control. Definitely didn't want to leave L.A. and a lot of stuff was said out of the heat of the moment. I guarantee I don't remember a lot of stuff that they said because I changed my thought process. But we would have won 3 out of 4. But you know what? We won 3 out of 4. What the hell are you talking about? This is not really even a story. So, yeah, they're just talking about, Shaq being traded to Miami. He didn't want to leave. But, he was talking tough at the time because he thought he was in charge of the situation, even though he wasn't. And the Lakers ended up trading him anyway and breaking up that whole entire team. And Kobe, it took him 7 years to finally win that damn championship without Shaq. And like Kobe said, he really didn't fully appreciate what he had in Shaq all those years until he had to deal with Dwight Howard. But yeah, man, it seems like, age will finally, bring these two guys together. And, Hopefully they can just, squash it.
Well, for Kobe to be on Shaq podcast, that's the first step.
Yeah.
Because Kobe got to understand, basketball ain't going, basketball, he becoming an old dog now. Instead of retired, maybe Shaq can get him on in to what he doing, Make that transition to, to do commentary. They have a success Shaq and Kobe show. That's what they used to call it, the LA Lakers, the Shaq and Kobe show. Cause they used to do their thing. I just think, maybe get them on.
Yeah, like I said, I just think they got to clear the air though, because you can't go from I want to kill this motherfucker to all of a sudden just beating his friend.
Shout out to Shaq and Kobe.
Yeah. Shouts out to him. So we're gonna play some more music, man. As we we're gonna play some more music, and we'll be back after this song.
Mass hallucination, baby. Ill education, baby. Wanna reconnect with your elation. This is your station, baby.
Look inside these walls and you see him having withdrawals of a prisoner on his way. Trapped inside your desire to fire bullets that stray. Track a tire, just tell you I'm tired and ran away. I should ask a choir, what do you require to sing a song that acquire me to have faith? That's the record spin, I should pray. For the record, I recognize that I'm easily prey. I got 8 alive yesterday. I got animosity building. It's probably big, it's a building. Me jumping off of the roof. It's me just playing it safe. But what am I supposed to do when the topic is red or blue? And you understand that I ain't, but no, I'm accustomed to just a couple that look for trouble and live in the street with rank. No better picture to paint than me walking from Bible study and called his homies because he had said he noticed my face from a function that took in place. They was wondering if I banged. Step on my neck and get blood on your Nike checks. I don't mind, cause one day you respect the good kid, Mad City.
Mass hallucination, baby. Ill education, baby. Wanna reconnect with your elation. This is your station, baby.
All I see is strobe lights blinding me in my hindsight, finding me by myself. Promise me you can help. In all honesty, I got time to be copacetic until you had finally made decision to hold me against my will. It was like a head-on collision that folded me standing still. I can never pick out the difference in greater cop on the bill. Every time you clock in the morning, I feel you just want to kill all my innocence while ignoring my purpose to persevere as a better person. I know you heard this and probably in fear, but what am I supposed to do when the blinking of red and blue flash from the top of your roof and your dog has the same roof and you ask lift up your shirt cause you wonder if a tattoo of affiliation can make it a pleasure to put me through game files? But that don't matter because the matter his racial profile. I heard them chatter, he's probably young but I know that he's down. Step on his neck as hard as your bulletproof vest. He don't mind, he know we never respect the good kid, Mad City.
Mass hallucination, baby. Ill education, baby. Wanna reconnect with your elation. This is your station, baby.
All I see in this room, 20 zannies in these rooms, grown candy for pain. Can we live in the same society? It's entirely stressful upon my brain. You hired me as a victim, I quietly hope for change. When violence is the rhythm, inspired me to obtain the silence in this room. With 20 zannies and shrooms, some grown-up candy, I lost it, I feel there's nothing to lose. The street's short to release the worst side of my best. Don't mind, cause now you up in your net. The good kid, Mad City.
Mass hallucination, baby. Ill education, baby. Wanna reconnect with your elation. This is your station, baby.
Alright, man, so that's a little Kendrick Lamar. with the good kid Mad City. Bow, you still awake over there?
Still awake, still alive. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar. Spitting that fire.
All right, man. So we're gonna talk. Move on to football now. So we've pretty much been discussing basketball throughout the show. So now we're gonna talk some football. And the story right now in the NFL is, Roger Goodell. So on Wednesday, Roger Goodell reminded Marshawn Lynch that just because he's been dealing with Tom Brady and this Deflategate shit, that he hasn't forgotten about Marshawn Lynch. He hasn't forgotten about him. As the NFL fined Marshawn Lynch $75,000 for not talking after the NFC Championship game. Just to let you know, the NFC Championship game was on January 18th. But they fined him on Wednesday. So, what you say about him?
I said, fried the knuckle fool.
Yeah.
That's a fool.
I would have Roger Goodell like G-checked him, you know what I'm saying? Like, you think I forgot about that shit? You think I forgot about that shit? You didn't talk January 18th? You think I forgot about that shit? So you think I forgot about that shit, cuz? You didn't talk to the media on January 18th? I forgot about that shit, cuz? Thought I was gonna shoot that shit on the rug? You thought I forgot about that shit, huh? You think I was gonna get on your ass about that shit from January?
Get out there and talk to the media.
Yeah, you better get down. But do all this goddamn commercial, but you can't talk. Fuck wrong with you? So on Friday, Beast Mode and Roger Goodell, man, they came to a compromise. And the compromise is that Roger Goodell will agree to rescind the $75,000 fine only if Marshawn Lynch agrees to comply and start talking to the media. So if Marshawn Lynch does not talk to the media at any point this season, he will receive a $150,000 fine. Now, Beast Mode was also fined $20,000 for grabbing his nuts after he scored a touchdown in that same game from January 18th. So Roger Goodell was sent a $75,000 fine for not talking to the media, but he still has to pay the $20,000 for grabbing his nuts. So, Bowder, man, what's your thoughts on this settlement between Marshawn Lynch and Adolph Goodell?
Goodell crazy. It is what it is, man. Hey, that's his boss. Hey, you gotta complain. I don't think it's right, but hey, it is what it is. Good thing they came to some type of compromise. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, but I mean, how you feel about Roger Goodell still fining him $20,000 for grabbing his nuts? No, he didn't rescind that.
I think it's crazy. Maybe he was just adjusting to getting it together. You know what I mean? That they were wearing that jock square. Maybe he had jock itch. You never know. You know what I'm saying? It ain't really the most comfortable thing in the world to be putting on. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Maybe it was I mean, you play. I mean, was it like? Because I didn't get a chance to see that. Was it blatantly grabbing his crotch, or it was like
nobody noticed it? Nobody noticed it until he got fined. It's one of those things that after somebody mentions it and you go back and watch it, and be like, oh, okay, he grabbed his nuts. But at the time, at the heat of the moment, you didn't even notice it. Because you also got to remember at the time he scored that touchdown. Because, okay, go back to that championship game, that conference championship game. Remember, Green Bay was whooping their ass. Green Bay was up 19-3 with about, it was 19-7 with about 3 minutes left to go in the game. So everybody thought that game was over. All of a sudden, Seattle starts making their comeback, and Marshawn Lynch scores a touchdown to give him the lead. So, he's all hyped up and after he scored a touchdown, he just, he grabbed his nuts. Like, yeah, we just made this comeback. Suck on these nuts type of thing.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's crazy, man. Crazy fuck. But hey, it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
But I don't think he should got fined. I mean, come on now, $20,000 for grabbing your nuts. I mean, so you can't. I mean, the way I look at it is like, look, if Green Bay didn't want him grabbing his nuts, then Green Bay should have stopped him from scoring that touchdown.
Crazy. At least they come to some type of compromise.
So the compromise is Marshawn Lynch got to start talking to the media. If not, he's gonna be getting fined $150,000. So that's even more than the original fine itself. Which means we'll be getting a lot of this year.
Y'all want to try again, huh? So y'all gonna try again? That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try one more time. One more time. One more try. One more try. We got one more try. I mean, y'all can try all y'all want, but that's what we got. I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
Say anything about?
I just thank you. I mean, I don't know. I just.
Sean, talk about the celebration dance after Cam Chancellor's touchdown.
What can you say about how you guys battled, especially with the pressure they were bringing up front in the third quarter to really break through with the runs you had?
I'm thankful.
Talk about your performance in the second half, the big run.
I'm thankful.
Marshawn, can you tell us a little bit about the team approach?
I'm thankful.
When's your next charity event?
I'm thankful.
What was the song of the day on the way to the game, Marshawn?
I'm thankful. Thank you.
Those are the kind of interviews you can expect from Marshawn Lynch this year. No, just some one-word answers. Just like you did in that interview. And asking them dumbass questions. So Marshawn, what song did you listen to before you got to the game? Now, Marshawn, how'd you feel about that celebration you guys did after Cam Chancellor scored that touchdown? So you're gonna be getting a lot of one-word answers out of him. That I'm thankful. That's all he kept saying. I'm thankful. But nah, he didn't get fined for that. But I'm saying those type of interviews you can expect from him.
Maybe, man, you know what? I was thinking like on this line too. Maybe they would respect him more or ask more decent questions if he wear a suit and a tie. What you think about that?
They ask everybody the same dumbass questions. It don't matter what you wear. That's why I think these press conferences are just a waste of time. They ask questions that nobody gives a fuck about. I mean, you really gonna ask them why'd you celebrate when Cam Chancellor scored a touchdown? Like, motherfucker, that's my teammate. You think I'm not gonna be happy? No, we winning. What kind of question is that? Or ask him what type of music he listened to before the game. Like, why is that in your business?
Like I said earlier, these are different times. Everybody can't be like Hershey Walker. Hershey Walker, he answer all the questions. Everybody ain't molded that way. You know, everybody an individual. You have to respect the individuals first, you know. The media. Because some people will ask you a trick question to make you look crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To make okay, if I answer, like for instance, ask Marshall, do you think you're the greatest quarterback of all time? Not a quarterback, but running back of all time? And you say yes, I think I'm the greatest running back of all time. They'll take it as
he's being cocky.
Yeah. So it's like he damned if he answer the question, he damned if he don't answer the question. So it's like, okay, but they get on him, okay, he can make commercials, but he can't do no interview. Okay, at least in the commercials, number one, he's getting paid. You understand? Number two, he controls the atmosphere. See, when he go on the interviews, he might ask him a question like, what do you think about Black Lives Matter? Now if he answers that, thoughtfully, either way it goes, they're going to make him look crazy anyway. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, that's just an example. I'm not saying that was legit, but I'm just saying, like, you understand what I'm saying? It seems like they're more trying to villainize him versus, just being decent with him, just, but, do I blame him for not answering the question? No, I don't blame him. I don't blame him. Because, his performance on the field speaks for itself, I mean, I think he even said it himself, and I think other players said it. I'm not trying to be a role model. I'm just trying to take care of me, do what I need to do for.
Well, I mean, he didn't say that, but I just think for him, it's just like whatever his reasons are, he don't like talking to the media. And to me, there's nothing wrong with that. Or why you don't, especially nowadays, you talk about Herschel Walker, but times are different. With Facebook and Twitter and all that shit. If I really want to know what's going on with Marshawn Lynch, I don't need him talking to the media. I can just go, follow him on Twitter or see what he's up to on Facebook to know what's going on with Marshawn Lynch. I don't need the media. I don't need him answering bullshit questions from the media when he could just, post whatever he's doing on Twitter. So, I mean, to me, it's just, pointless for him to even talk to the media. And not everybody's comfortable in that setting with, a bunch of microphones and cameras, shoved down your fucking face. But knowing Roger Goodell, he's going to find something to find him for anyway. I mean, last year he tried to find him because he wore green socks, talking about that's not team colors, even though Seattle does have green in their colors. I don't know what the hell Roger Goodell was talking about. Roger Goodell threatened to kick him off the field because he wore gold cleats and made him go back in the locker room, change his cleats, just so he can come back and play. So they're going to find something to get him on. And during the Super Bowl week, they try to find him over a damn hat. So Roger Goodell going to find something to get him on. But at least they found a compromise on this damn talking to the media thing.
Hey, that's the first step to the right direction.
So I think Marshawn Lynch, man, I think he's gonna have a big year this year.
I think the same. I hope for the best. I hope this time they don't come up short on that Super Bowl.
Yeah, hopefully this time they give him that damn ball at the 1 yard line.
Yeah, the 1 yard line. That was crazy right there. I have my conspiracy in my head, but hey, I ain't gonna put it on the show. My Seahawks fans, y'all know what it is. And I'm a Cowboy fan at heart. That was some bull. That was some bull. Let me just throw it out there. I can't stand the Patriots. Throw it out there. I am a Patriot hater.
Well, this ain't got nothing to do with the Patriots. This is the Seattle Seahawks we're talking about.
I know, but I'm talking about this Super Bowl. I'm talking about this Super Bowl. I am a Patriots hater. Yeah. I'm just trying to rile up the bushes. I know a bunch of Patriots fans gonna hit me up. Oh man. But yeah. Speaking of football, what Michael Vick doing good today?
Yeah, he did good with it. Pittsburgh still got the ass whooped. No, they lost. Buffalo beat them 43-19 in that preseason game today.
And they fired. What's the story on Ray Rice?
The same as it was when we talked about him 2-3 weeks ago.
He got signed?
Nope.
Anybody looking at him? Prospect?
Yeah, Cleveland, Buffalo. That's about it.
But nobody had made a decision on him yet.
Nope. Well, and Houston said that they're not gonna sign him because they have a zero tolerance. But yeah, man. So I'm happy that back to Marshawn Lynch though. Happy that Marshawn Lynch and Roger Goodell came to a settlement agreement. So he's gonna start talking to the media now. And that Marshawn Lynch, he's a pretty entertaining guy, man. When he wants to be. He's a funny dude, but so we'll see how it plans out. But whatever his reasons are, he doesn't like talking to the media. I think I know why he doesn't like talking to the media, but he just doesn't. And to me, that's his prerogative. So we'll see how it goes. In the meantime, we'll take another break, and we'll be right back.
And I know she'll be the death of me, at least we'll both be numb. And she'll always get the best of me, the worst is yet to come. But at least we'll both be beautiful and stay forever young. This I know, this I know. She told me don't worry about it. She told me don't worry no more. We both know we can't go without it. She told me you'll never be alone. I can feel my face when I'm with you, but I love it, but I love it. I can feel my face when I'm with you, but I love it, but I love it. And I know she'll be the death of me, at least we'll both be numb. And she'll always get the best of me, the worst is yet to come. All the misery was necessary when we're deep in love. Yes, I know, girl, I know. She told me don't worry about it. She told me don't worry no more. We both know we can't go without it. She told me you'll never be alone. I can feel my face when I'm with you, but I love it, but I love it. She told me don't worry no more. We both know we can't go without it. She told me you'll never be alone. I can feel my face when I'm with you. But I love it. But I love it. Oh, I love it. I can feel my face when I'm with you. But I love it. But I love it. I can feel my face when I'm with you. But I love it. But I love it. I can feel my face when I'm with you. But I love it. But I love it.
All right, we're back. Now I'm watching this damn preseason game between the Buccaneers and the Browns, and I gotta say, Cleveland's new uniforms has to be the ugliest shit I've ever seen in my life. Them new uniforms are ugly. Yeah, I don't know what Cleveland was thinking, man, with them ugly ass uniforms.
Describe the uniform. How does it look? What does it look like?
Like it's okay. The helmet is still the same, but the uniforms they're brown with orange numbers. It's like, I don't know, it just look like some shit you see like in high school. It don't look like NFL, like a high school uniform. It's like orange numbers with a white outline, with Cleveland across the chest, and then it says Browns on the side of the pants.
Kind of like on a high school mess, huh?
Yeah, like, and I don't even understand why they even changed the uniforms. I mean, Cleveland Browns always had like one of the most classic uniforms in the NFL. Actually, in all sports, like when you see their uniforms, you know, that's the Browns. I don't know why they changed it, man. That shit is terrible. But anyway, back to the show. So yes, as we've been doing for the last 3 weeks, the NFL is celebrating the 50th year anniversary of the Super Bowl. And to celebrate the 50th year anniversary every week throughout the season, they've been doing Super Bowl rematches. So we decided to, every week during each Super Bowl rematch, we'll recap that particular game in that particular rematch. And just, head back down memory lane, as I've always said, because sometimes Bowden forgets. But, if you're an older person, this is going down, older generation type of person, you're going down memory lane. For some of the younger listeners, this is like a history lesson. And even some of it's a history lesson for us, especially when we talk about, the Super Bowls from the 60s and 70s and the 80s and stuff like that. So as the preseason concludes this week, and as the preseason concludes, we have one rematch to discuss. So, damn, Dallas' defense is terrible. So yeah, we got one rematch to discuss. And Bowden, man, are you ready to hit that time machine?
Let's hit that time machine. Let's go, Marty. Okay, I'm coming for you, McFly. I'm coming for you. Dog, help me out, dog. Okay, let's go. Back to the future.
there you go, man. Little Ace the Bass. That's how you know it's the 90s. I saw the sign. It opened up my eyes. I saw the sign. So
yeah, let's bring back the 90s, man.
So we gonna.
You hear that?
Yeah, go ahead, Barry.
I said, you know you're in the 90s when you hear that.
Yeah. So we're gonna take it back to 1994, as we're gonna discuss the Super Bowl 29. And Super Bowl 29 was between the AFC champions, the San Diego Chargers, and the NFC champions, the San Francisco 49ers. This game was played in Miami, Florida. As the theme of this game was all about the 49ers. The 49ers were trying to become the first team ever to win 5 Super Bowls, while the San Diego Chargers were trying to win their first. And in this game, Steve Young set a Super Bowl record, throwing 6 touchdown passes, a record that still stands today. And he also tied Doug Williams' record for throwing 4 touchdown passes in the first half. He also threw for 325 yards. He was also the leading rusher of the game. He had 49 yards rushing. So Steve Young became the first player ever to lead the Super Bowl in both passing and rushing in the same game. Steve McNair later on did it 5 years later in Super Bowl 34. And also too, the Super Bowl is also remembered because this is the only Super Bowl where every team scored in every single quarter. And it's also too the Super Bowl is also too is also remembered as being one of the lowest rated Super Bowls ever. So not too many people watch this Super Bowl. And also too, a quick little history note too about him. This is the only Super Bowl to feature two teams from the same state.
That's right.
Yeah, this Super Bowl is highly represented by the state of California, as you had both San Diego and San Francisco in this game. All right. So Super Bowl 29. So we'll start things off, man, by discussing the 1994 San Francisco 49ers, which really pains me. It really pains me because, well, I'll get to that later. So the San Francisco 49ers, 1994. So the 49ers in 1994 played from 1988 into 1993. San Francisco played in 5 out of 6 NFC Championship games. They won Super Bowl 23 in 88, and they won Super Bowl 24 in 1989. But after George Seifert lost 2 straight NFC Championship games to the Dallas Cowboys in 92 and 93, San Francisco decided, and I said they decided to buy a championship, but they brought in a bunch of free agents. They brought in Richard Dent from the Chicago Bears. They brought in Charles Mann from the Washington Redskins. They brought in Ricky Jackson from the New Orleans Saints. They brought in Wright Hall from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They brought in Ken Norton Jr. from the Dallas Cowboys. They pretty much took one of Dallas's best linebackers and used it against them. They took Gary Plummer from the San Diego Chargers, ironically. And they took Deion Sanders from the Atlanta Falcons. And so because of all these new additions, the 49ers, their defense jumped from being 18th in 1993 to being 8th in 1994. Also, too, Deion Sanders was named Defensive Player of the Year in 1994, as Deion Sanders had 6 interceptions and 3 touchdowns in 1994. Plus, he also had 303 yards from those 6 interceptions. He returned those 6 interceptions for 303 yards, which is the 3rd highest total in NFL history. As he had an interception return of 74 yards, 93 yards, and 90 yards. As he's the only player in NFL history to have 2 90-yard interception returns for a touchdown. Also, too, you had Pro Bowl defensive lineman Dana Stubblefield. He led the team with 8.5 sacks, Rookie defensive tackle Bryant Young also had 42 tackles, 6 sacks, and a fumble recovery. Ken Norton Jr., who it depressed me. I was like, 94, I was 7. As a 7-year-old kid, I was pissed off that Ken Norton Jr., because back then it was a huge rivalry between the Cowboys and the 49ers. And I felt like Ken Norton Jr., man, he jumped to the dark side. Being a Cowboys fan, he jumped to the dark side. So I hated Ken Norton Jr. for a long time because he left the Cowboys and went to the 49ers. But Ken Norton Jr., though, he led the team with 77 tackles. And he also had an interception. Pro Bowl safety Merton Hanks led the team with 7 interceptions for 93 yards. And the other Pro Bowl safety, Tim McDonald, he had 2 interceptions for 79 yards. Now, the 49ers offense was the story of the team. The 49ers offense was led by Steve Young, who replaced Joe Montana as the starter in 1991. And Steve Young led the league in passing in both 91 and 92. And because of that, Joe Montana was traded to Kansas City in 93. But even though Steve Young put up all these stats, he was criticized for not being able to win the big game. And also, too, in 1994, Joe Montana and the Kansas City Chiefs beat the 49ers that year. Still, Steve Young still had one of the greatest seasons in NFL history in 1994. 1994 was all about Steve Young. He broke Joe Montana's record for the highest quarterback rating in NFL history with 112.8. He also threw the ball for 3,969 yards, 35 touchdowns, and only 10 interceptions. Steve Young also had 293 yards rushing and 7 touchdowns, as Steve Young was the 1994 NFL MVP. Also, to the 49ers offense, the 49ers had the number 1 offense in the NFL that year, as they scored 505 points. They also had the best record in the NFL that season at 13-3. They were led by Pro Bowl running back Ricky Watters. What happened to Ricky Watters? I'm surprised he's not even in the Hall of Fame. But he led the team in rushing with 877 yards and 6 touchdowns. He also had 66 catches for 719 yards and another 5 touchdowns. Fullback William Floyd had 305 yards rushing for 6 touchdowns. He also had 19 catches for 145 yards. The team's leading receiver was Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice in 1994 had 112 catches for 1,499 yards and 13 touchdowns. So Jerry Rice did his thing in 94 about him. This man had 112 catches. So Jerry Rice was catching every goddamn thing in 94. And that's why they call him the GOAT, the greatest of all time, which is debatable. Also, too, the 49ers had a receiver, John Taylor, who had 41 catches for 531 yards and 5 touchdowns. Pro Bowl tight end Brett Jones had 49 catches for 670 yards and 9 touchdowns. And the offensive line was led by Pro Bowl center Bart Oates, another free agent pickup, and Pro Bowl guard Justice Apollo. Now, the San Diego Chargers, they were probably the biggest surprise of 1994. So, the San Diego Chargers, nobody really expected the Chargers to do much. Nobody even expected them to make it to the playoffs, let alone the Super Bowl. So, the Chargers, they were a garbage team for most of the decade. And finally, they hired former Washington Redskins general manager Bobby Berthard. He joined the team in 1990, and he decided to rebuild the Chargers using the same model he used to build those championship Redskins teams of the 80s. And that is, he wanted to build a team with a strong running game, behind big offensive linemen, and a great passing game. So he hired former Georgia Tech coach Bobby Ross. I remember him. So he was hired in 1992. And the team won the AFC West with 11-5 record. But in 1992, but in 1993 they slumped back to mediocre. They went 8-8 that season and didn't even make the playoffs. So before the start of the '94 season, San Diego was not expected to do well because they had so many newcomers to the team via the draft. So the Chargers ended up with 22 new players on their roster. And out of the 22 new players, 10 of them became starters. However, Bowden, despite the fact that they added all these new guys, they won their first 6 games of the season, even though they did tail off towards the end, just finishing 500. But they ended with an 11-5 record. They won the AFC West, and they were the number 2 seed in the AFC. And the Chargers went into the final game of the season against the Pittsburgh Steelers, needing to win to get the number 2 seed, as a loss would have gave Miami the number 2 seed. So backup quarterback Gail Gilbert subbed in for injured quarterback Stan Humphries and led the Chargers to a come-from-behind 37-34 win, and John Carney kicking the game-winning field goal in the final seconds for San Diego. So the Chargers offense was led by quarterback Stan Humphries, who was the backup quarterback to Mark Ripken when the Washington Redskins won the Super Bowl in 1991. And during the 1994 season, Stan Humphries completed 264 out of 453 passes for 3,209 yards and 17 touchdowns. He also had 12 interceptions that year. Wide receiver Mark Suey was the team's leading wide receiver with 58 catches for 645 yards and 6 touchdowns. Wide receiver Tony Martin had 50 catches for 885 yards and 7 touchdowns. Wide receiver Sean Jefferson had 43 catches for 627 yards and 3 touchdowns. And tight end Alfred Punu had 21 catches for 214 yards and 2 touchdowns. And he had running back Natron Means. He led the team with 1,350 yards, 12 touchdowns. He also had 39 catches for 235 yards. He was named to the Pro Bowl. And he had the third down running back Ronnie Harmon. He had 58 catches that year for 615 yards and a touchdown. While San Diego was on special teams threat was Andre Coleman. He had 49 kickoffs for 1,293 yards and 2 touchdowns. Also, the San Diego Chargers had a great defense that year in '94. They were led by defensive end Leslie O'Neal, who led the team with 12.5 sacks and 4 forced fumbles. Defensive tackle Chris Mims recorded 11 sacks, and Sean Lee also added 6.5 sacks and a fumble recovery. And the defense was led by linebacker Junior Seau, rest in peace, who just went to the Hall of Fame 3 weeks ago. He was up to the Pro Bowl for the 4th consecutive year. He recorded 123 tackles, 5.5 sacks, and 3 fumble recoveries. Defensive back Stanley Richard was a major weapon in the secondary. He had 4 interceptions for 224 yards and a touchdown. Defensive back Darren Gordon was also a major asset to the team, recording 4 interceptions. And you also had safety Rodney Harrison. He was a rookie on that team, who later on won a bunch of Super Bowls with the Patriots. And then also, backup quarterback Gail Gilbert became the first player ever to go to 5 consecutive Super Bowls, as he was the third string quarterback for the Buffalo Bills, who went to the Super Bowl 4 years in a row. And then now for the 5th year in a row, he went with as backup for the San Diego Chargers. Bow, you still with us?
Still alive.
I was about to say, you got quiet, man. Thought you might have fell asleep.
No, just gathering out there, just remembering '94. Remember that?
Yeah. So okay, so
one of them things that I didn't really. I would root for my Cowboys being.
Well, we're about to get to the Cowboys in a minute. So the 49ers, we get to the '94 playoffs. So in the playoffs, the 49ers, they advanced to the Super Bowl first by beating the Chicago Bears 44-15 in the first round. Then in the NFC Championship game, they beat the Dallas Cowboys 38-28. Now, the Cowboys lost this game despite the fact that the Cowboys outplayed the 49ers in this game. Like, if you look at the stat sheet, you think Dallas dominated this game, but they lost because they had 3 turnovers in the first 7 minutes and got down 21-0 in the first quarter. After that, it was all Dallas, but they could never recover from their first quarter mistakes. Troy Aikman played the game of his life as he set a NFC Championship game record with 380 yards passing. Michael Irvin also played the game of his life as he set a record with 192 yards receiving. So Troy Aikman and Michael Irvin did their thing in this game, but they just could not overcome those first quarter mistakes. And as a Cowboys fan, this game, to this day, this game like hurts my soul. It just hurts my soul because I felt like Dallas should have won 3 Super Bowls in a row. Actually, 4 Super Bowls in a row because they actually won it a year later, 95. So they should have won it 92, 93, 94, and 95. But that 94 one, that's the one that hurts me because they should have won that game against the 49ers. And they just couldn't come through. They made too many mistakes in the first quarter. I still feel like Deion Sanders was passing interference on Michael Irvin. It should have been a first down. Cowboys had a chance to cut the lead down to 38-35, and the referee didn't call it. And also too, that was the year. If you remember about it, Jimmy Johnson got fired after winning back-to-back Super Bowls, and they hired Barry Switzer in '94. And a lot of people, including myself, feel like if Jimmy Johnson was still the coach, the Cowboys probably would have beat the 49ers and went on to win the '94 Super Bowl. So that '94 game, as a Cowboys fan, man, that hurts me even to this day, man. And it sucks too because Troy Aikman played his ass off in this game, and even though Troy Aikman set all them records, it didn't mean anything because they still lost.
I just wonder why they traded Jimmy Johnson.
They didn't trade him. They traded him. They fired him.
Yeah, I wonder why they fired him.
Because he didn't get along. Because he didn't get along with the owner. No, the owner said back in '93 that the owner, the Cowboys won back-to-back Super Bowls. They won in '92 and '93. So the owner, and Jimmy Johnson didn't get along. Jimmy Johnson and the owner Jerry Jones, they didn't get along. And Jerry Jones said after firing Jimmy Johnson, talking about, I can get anybody to coach this team and we win the Super Bowl. And that was a big mistake because it's been 20 years and the Cowboys still ain't won a Super Bowl yet. So it just shows you that Jimmy Johnson really was the brains behind that operation, even though Jerry Jones didn't want to admit it. Jerry Jones didn't like the fact that Jimmy Johnson was getting all the credit for building that Cowboys dynasty of the 90s. He felt like he should get the credit because he's the owner. And like I said, it's been 20 years and the Cowboys still ain't won nothing. And that shows that Jimmy Johnson was really the brains behind that operation, not Jerry Jones. Even though Jerry Jones wants to take credit for something that he didn't even do. And that was the beef between Jerry Jones and Jimmy Johnson. And so they fired Jimmy Johnson, hired Barry Switzer, and they lost in the playoffs to the 49ers. And I feel like, Dallas should have won that game. They just couldn't overcome their mistakes in the first quarter. Being down 21-0 in the first quarter. And like I said, it's unfortunate because Troy Aikman played his ass off in that game. Actually, both Troy Aikman and Michael Irvin. Troy Aikman and Michael Irvin, the two of them single-handedly got Dallas back in that game. And even though the two of them set all on records, like I said, it didn't mean anything at the end of the day because they lost. But I think them firing Jimmy Johnson was the biggest mistake Jerry Jones made. Because like I said, I think they should have won 4 Super Bowls in a row. Because they won '92, they won '93, and they won in '95. But to me, they should have won in '94, but they didn't do it. So yeah, man. To me, that 49er game, I'm not sure if you remember about it, but to me, that 49er game, that to this day, man, that game still hurts my soul.
Hurts mine too.
So yeah, so the 49ers, even though they got outplayed by the Cowboys, they still won the game 38-28 as they won the NFC and they advanced to the Super Bowl. Now the San Diego Chargers, they advanced to the Super Bowl first. The Chargers, they actually had 2 big comebacks. They were down 21-6 to the Miami Dolphins, and they had this huge comeback, and they won the game 22-21. Then in the AFC Championship game against Pittsburgh, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the San Diego Chargers were down 13-3, and they made another huge comeback, and they won the game 17-13. And just like with the NFC Championship game and the AFC Championship game, Pittsburgh actually outplayed San Diego in that game. but San Diego got the win. San Diego got the win, even though if you look at the stat sheet, you say, okay, San Diego, you look at the stat sheet, you say Pittsburgh dominated that game, but, San Diego won. So San Diego got the upset over Pittsburgh, and San Diego advanced to the Super Bowl for the first time. So the hype heading into Super Bowl 29 was all about, first of all, nobody gave San Diego a chance. San Diego were 18-point underdogs. All right, only Super Bowl 3 where they were bigger favorites. So San Diego were 18-point underdogs. Nobody gave them a real chance. A lot of people felt that 49er Cowboys game was the real Super Bowl, and that whoever won the AFC didn't even stand a chance against whoever won the NFC. Not only that, but San Francisco whooped San Diego's ass 38-15 during the regular season. So they thought the same thing was going to happen in the Super Bowl. So the hype heading into the Super Bowl was all about Steve Young. Steve Young replaced Joe Montana, as we all know. Joe Montana won 4 Super Bowls in the 80s. And so by 94, people looking at Steve Young like, hey, your predecessor won 4 championships. You ain't won nothing yet. So it's kind of like, hey, when you going to win a Super Bowl? People looking at Steve Young like, when the hell you going to win a Super Bowl? And so that was the whole game. All the hype was all about Steve Young. Can he finally get over the hump and win that Super Bowl? Because people been waiting for him to get over that hump, and he hadn't been able to do it. So they're saying, was 94 going to be his year? He won the MVP that year. Was this going to be his year? And fortunately for Steve Young, it was. As San Francisco dominated San Diego 49-26. This game was never really close. And it was just straight up ass whooping by the 49ers. And like I said, it was also the lowest rated Super Bowl. Second lowest rated Super Bowl. Super Bowl 26 3 years earlier between Washington and Buffalo had a lower rating. So this is the second lowest rated Super Bowl ever. As nobody really cared about San Diego versus San Francisco playing each other in the Super Bowl. And like I said, it was all San Francisco. San Francisco dominated this game. Steve Young set a Super Bowl record with 6 touchdowns, and he was named Super Bowl MVP. So about it, man. 1994, man. What's your thoughts on the Super Bowl 29?
It was a good Super Bowl.
Now if you're a Chargers fan, the Super Bowl's ass whooping.
It was good, but for me it was bad because the Cowboys wasn't in the Super Bowl, so it was like, man, I wasn't even understanding.
That's how I felt. Like to me, it hurt my soul to watch San Francisco win that Super Bowl because I felt like that should have been Dallas whooping San Diego's ass, not San Francisco.
Yeah, but
But why you say it was a good Super Bowl though if it was a blowout?
Because I love watching blowout. That's just me. Other people they like to see close games. I like to see somebody get pounded on.
See, for me, I hated this Super Bowl because for 2 reasons. A, like I said, back then it was a huge rivalry between Dallas and San Francisco, and for the younger generation, you guys don't understand how much Dallas and San Francisco really hated each other. Like those 2 teams could not stand each other, and so back then it was almost like being in the gang. If you were a Cowboys fan, you hated the 49ers. If you were a 49ers fan, you hated the Cowboys. So you had to pick a side. Either you're a Cowboys fan or the 49ers fan. You had to pick a side. Pick or choose. Crips or Bloods. You had to pick and choose. So that's how that's how it was back then. That's how much these 2 teams hated each other. So, I was pissed off that San Francisco went to the Super Bowl, and I was rooting hard for San Diego, and I was pissed off that San Diego didn't even sniff San Francisco's ass, man. San Francisco just straight beat the brakes off of San Diego.
Can't do nothing with Jerry Rice now. You can't do nothing with him.
Well, in this game, they couldn't do nothing with Steve Young. Steve Young, playing like he was the greatest quarterback to ever live in this game. Steve Young was able to get that monkey off his back. Finally, won that Super Bowl, got over the hump. After all these years of people talking about, well, when the fuck you gonna win a Super Bowl? you replaced Joe Montana. Joe Montana won 4. When you gonna win something? And so he finally got it done. He finally broke through and got that ring. But I just hated it being a Cowboys fan watching the 49ers have success. That hurt my soul. Anytime the 49ers won, man, it hurt. Especially being growing up here in California in the Bay Area. I have to go to school with all these 49ers fans talking shit to me all the goddamn time. And then it made it even worse. They won the Super Bowl, so they got bragging rights for a whole goddamn year. Whole fucking year, just talking shit all throughout the school year. Hated that shit, man. Hated the Super Bowl. 94 was a bad year for me, football wise.
Yeah.
Couldn't stand that shit, man. But no, you thought it was a good Super Bowl, huh?
I like to see blowouts.
Yeah, but I mean, you being a Cowboy fan, it had to hurt you, man, to see the 49ers winning.
Man, it hurt me to my heart because I wanted to see my Cowboys go back to back Super Bowls, even though they won it in '95. It seemed like they should have had that in '94 too, but it just came up short. But I think I didn't even watch the Super Bowl. You know what I watched that night?
What?
All honesty, Power Rangers.
Go Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now here we are 21 years later, and the sad thing about this game is that 8 players from that 94 San Diego Chargers team are now dead, which is the most out of all the Super Bowl teams. You have 8 players from that team that all died before the age of 45. So you have David Gregg. He died in a car accident. David Gregg, he was a linebacker for the San Diego Chargers. He died in 1995 of a car accident at the age of 28. Rodney Culliver, who was a running back for the San Diego Chargers, he died in a plane crash in 1996 at the age of 26. You have Doug Miller, who was also a linebacker for the San Diego Chargers in 94. He died in 1998 as he was struck by lightning at the age of 28.
Man.
You have Chris Mims, who was a defensive lineman for the 94 San Diego Chargers. He died in 2008 at the age of 38 from a heart attack. Chris Wheatley, who was the San Diego Chargers center. He was a center for the 94 Chargers. He died in 2008 at the age of 39 as he OD'd. Lewis Bush, who was also a linebacker for the 94 Chargers, he died in 2011 from cardiac arrest. Linebacker Sean Lee, defensive lineman Sean Lee, who's defensive tackle, he also died in 2011 from cardiac arrest at the age of 44. And of course, linebacker Junior Seau, he died at the age of 43 in 2012 after he committed suicide. So 8 players from that 94 San Diego Charger team are now dead.
Pizza one.
Yeah. And some of them were just like freak accidents, man. Like you had a guy die in a car accident, another guy died in struck by lightning. Excuse me. Another guy died in a plane crash. So a lot of freak stuff happening to these guys. And like Junior Seau, he just made the Hall of Fame not too long ago, but even him, he killed him, committed suicide. So it's just surprising because 94, it was 21 years ago, but I have 8 players from that team. That's like half the starting lineup, right? Not even half. That's like pretty much that whole entire defense died. Is dead. The whole entire 94 Charger defense is pretty much dead. So I mean that's a sad thing. But yeah, man, there you have it, man. So that's the 1994 NFL season, and that's Super Bowl 29. As the San Francisco 49ers beating the San Diego Chargers 49-26, and one of the biggest ass whoopings in Super Bowl history. And it's also one of the lowest rated Super Bowls in Super Bowl history. As a lot of people are like Milton and like, no, fuck this game. I'm watching Power Rangers. I'm just gonna Bowden. All right. So before we get out of here this week, man, Bowden, man, what's your shots out for today?
Shots out to Savannah State. There was a shooting out there. Guy on campus got shot. The student union was murdered. And suspect still at large. So shout out his family. Man, last name Starks. He said he was a good football player, quiet. That was a positive dude. Died at the age of 22. Last name Starks. R.I.P. to him. Shout out to his family.
Well, my shout out. Well, before I get to my shout, I just want to say, rest in peace. Rest in peace to Chocolate Thunder, Daryl Dawkins. Daryl Dawkins passed away earlier this week at the age of 58 from a heart attack. He was a key member of those legendary Philadelphia 76er teams of the 70s and the 80s, along with Dr. J, who kind of helped put the Sixers on the map back then at that time. And I also want to shout out to George W. Bush. He went to New Orleans today for the 10-year anniversary of Hurricane Katrina, and to me it just shows that Bush has a lot of balls and a lot of backbone to go back to New Orleans after he took so much heat for how he handled the situation 10 years ago back then. And so, despite the fact that, he received a lot of criticism and unfairly, people blamed him for the hurricane, to me it shows, what kind of man he is for him to go back there and reach out to the people in New Orleans. So I just want to shout out, G-Dub. And also, too, to end it on a happier note, talking about, people dying, Daryl Dawkins, talking about the shooting in Savannah State. But I just want to end on a happy note, talk about shouts out to Julio Jones. Atlanta Falcons wide receiver Julio Jones just signed a 5-year, $71 million contract extension with the Falcons. So, shouts out to Julio Jones for being a newly rich man. The Falcons are going to pay you $71 million over the next 5 years. So, shouts out to you, Julio. And the Atlanta Falcons. Now, if Atlanta could just use some of that money on their defense, maybe they can actually do something, but instead they're going to spend that money on the wide receiver Julio Jones, who in my opinion is one of the top wide receivers in the NFL right now. So that'll be it for today. We'll be back next week, and also too, starting next week, over the next 5 months, our show will be strictly football. Nothing but football. And we'll start things off next week as we're going to preview the upcoming NFL season. And we're going to kick things off right next week as Bowden and I will preview the 2015 NFL season and give you our predictions for what we think is going to happen this upcoming NFL season. So as always, you can follow us on Twitter at ExpectedAnt, or also on Tumblr at ExpectedAnt, also on at ExpectedAnt. You can also subscribe to us on iTunes. You can subscribe to us on YouTube at AmWeezy. Also, by the way, on Twitter, it's at ExpectedAnt. It's Inspector, INSPECTAH_ant. Same thing for our Instagram. And also, too, on Tumblr is at ExpectedAnt, but it's all one word, no underscore. And for YouTube, you can subscribe to us on YouTube. It's also Aunt Weezy is all one word as well. So in the meantime, we are out. We'll be back next week as we're going to get ready for the 2015 NFL season. So we are out.
Out.
Something brand new. Girl, give it to me. I put it all on you. Girl, give it to me. Ooh, I got a gift for you. I got this for you. A little thick for you. A big kiss for you. I got a hit for you. Big dick for you. Let me give it to you. Baby, baby. I got a car for you. I got a whip for you. Black car for you. Ball hard for you. I know you wanna get fancy. I know you wanna start dancing. Hey, girl, you know you're looking so damn fly. You're looking like you fell from the sky. You know you make a grown man cry. I wanna give it to you tonight and make everything you fantasize come true. Ooh, baby, I'll make it so amazing. I give it to you. Girl, give it to me. 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 Ooh, what's that, girl? What's that, baby? I like that, girl. I like that, baby. On your back, girl. On your back. Yeah, shake it like that, girl. Baby, baby. I got an eye for you. Got an eye for you. I got a smile for you. Cheese. Let me put it on your face for you. Please. I got a taste for you. Taste it. I bought a lace for you. Freak it. I put it on you. Yeah. So I can go and take it off you. Yeah. And get it off to you. Hey, girl. You know you're looking so damn fly. You're looking like you fell from the sky. Angel. You know you make a grown man cry. I you tonight and make everything you fantasize come true. Ooh, baby, I make it so amazing. I give it to you.
You're like a needle in a haystack. I wanna sit you where my face at. Lunch with a few Mai Tais. Purple kisses on my tie. Life get really but dick love. Now you get in this dick love. I'm looking for you with a flashlight. I wanna feel what a real fat ass like. No injection. I learned my lesson. I'm walking like I talk it, baby. This pedestrian running through your mind like Jackie Joyner. Pussy pop like. Go give me a burner. Got shot like. This can be detrimental. T-shirt and panty, that's your credential. Your cotton candy, I need a fistful. I ain't off the NC, hope that convince you.
Hey, girl, you know you're looking so damn fine. You're looking like you fell from the sky.
Angel.
You know you make a grown man cry. I wanna give it to you tonight and make everything you fantasize come true. Ooh, baby, I make it so amazing. I give it to you tonight and make everything you fantasize come true. Ooh, baby, I make it so amazing. I give it to you